I'm Stan Kirby. I'm with Insight Digital. I perform all IT duties, whether it be computers, security, networks, all the above. COVID affected a lot of things. We had to almost immediately transition from on-site working to off-site working, which included procuring a number of computers for people to use in their homes, ways to communicate off-site. It affected a lot of the things. Some of the challenges we encountered had a lot to do with the unknown. For example, if I were to come to your house and look at your network, are you running wireless? Are you running wired? What does the security look like? What is your connection? How fast is your connection? What's the quality of the internet? These are all things we had to consider when connecting to our office. There's a number of things to consider when connecting from off-site, or connecting remotely, I should say. Basically, to having a good IT partner really helps because they can take all of those items. For example, we can use remote desktop and connect to the user's computer on site. We can connect from home as if they were sitting on site. However, there's some concerns surrounding the security of it all to be able to do that. When connecting from home, Windows has remote desktop built in, so that's something you can do from home rather easily. However, it should run through a VPN, which is a virtual private network. This virtual private network is like a secure tunnel that the remote desktop travels inside so that no one can intercept any of the information that's traveling back and forth. Also, another thing that needs to be considered is the firewall. Does the user have a good firewall at their router at home and also their computer at home? Another thing to consider would be antivirus. A lot of people think, well, I have good antivirus, so I should be good to go. Well, yes and no. Antivirus only covers about 50% of the threats. From there, there's a number of other things. Is your computer patched and up to date? The reason patches exist is to patch security flaws in Windows that they have found. So the more up to date on the patches your Windows is, the more secure your setup is. There's other things to consider. Web content filtering. Web content filtering can keep your computer from going to websites that are threatening in nature. Let's say you receive an email, and in that email, it looks like it's from someone that you know. It has a link. You click on the link saying, oh, this is from John. He just sent me a link to maybe his vacation pictures. You click on the link, you go to a website, it downloads a virus, and you have a virus. And maybe your virus scanner scans it, and maybe it doesn't, depending on what kind of virus scanner you have and what kind of link you've clicked and where it goes. Web filtering checks that website against a list of known threatening websites, and it prevents you from going to that website if it's on that list. Another security aspect would be security training for your staff. Are the members of your staff able to discern a threatening email from a non-threatening email? Can they tell if an email truly came from you or not from you? Do you have security policies in place that vet out an email when an employee gets an email from you, that they truly know it's from you, especially if it deals with money and transferring money or information? Do you have policies in place that, okay, this email came from John, but is asking us for some sensitive information and I'm not sure, so I better call him or I better check with him first before I send this out through email. A lot of people don't realize that email is like general conversation. You have to assume in email that it is not secure. So anything you say in email would be as if you were in a restaurant downtown or anywhere in public. You have to assume that when it comes to email because it's not a secure platform. When it comes to using someone's computer at home or the employer providing a computer, the employer is better to provide the computer in that with their IT staff or maybe IT partner, they can ensure that there's nothing threatening on that computer, that it has antivirus installed, that all the patches are up to date, that little Johnny hasn't gotten on there and downloaded something in the background maybe 6 months or 9 months ago, and it's running in the background just waiting to pick up information. When you provide the computer, you provide a controlled environment that's secure for your employees to work, and they know they're secure and you know they're secure based on that you provided the hardware and the software and the expertise behind it. When it comes to security, a lot of employers tend to have a residential router. A lot of people say, well, that's good enough, it has a firewall in it. Well, yes and no. It does have a firewall in it, but if you don't have a next generation firewall, a next generation would include what they call threat management or threat detection. It detects threats that are coming in from the internet. It also usually provides some sort of virtual private network where you can, for example, our router, basically, we can enter the information in for a user, and it will export a software that we can install on the computer that creates that secure tunnel, that VPN between our office and their computer. There's also, if you have branch offices, you can install the same router at different offices, and they will bridge connections securely as if both offices are in the same room together, but it's secured across the internet. There's a lot of things to consider when it comes to routers, next generation routers, and firewalls, as well as the VPN software. And a commercial router or routing system will have all of those aspects built in. One of the best ways to make sure that your computers, your employees' computers are up to date is to use a partner, or if you have your own IT department, to use an RMM software, which is remote management software. This software scans all of the computers in your network and any computer that it's installed on, and basically checks to make sure that the antivirus is up to date. It makes sure that the antivirus is up to date, the patching is up to date, all of that, and reports back to whether it be your IT department or your IT partner, and reports on who is up to date and who is not, so that you can get those remedied. If you're looking for a trusted partner for your IT infrastructure or taking workers off site, we here at Insight Digital can help with that. We can give you a free consultation. We're here to help, whether it's adding a new router, securing your network, securing your computers, any and all of that. We're here to help.